batteries, by the way. Two types of panels, by the way. We have the polycrystalline, the upper one, no? And the monocrystalline. The monocrystalline is a little has a little higher efficiency than the poly. If the poly has a 19% efficiency, the monocrystalline would have about 21%. No? If your polycrystalline would have 18%, your mono will have something like 20% efficiency. So very slight um, high efficiency. And you will notice also that the prices of the mono crystalline panel is a little higher than that of the polycrystalline. Okay, so say for example, a 270 watts polycrystalline will cost you 5,350 pesos for budgetary purposes, while a 300 watts 5.9, but of course you can already get it at 5.4, from Ion Solar. So that's for comparison. Okay, then we go to inverters. So here 500 watts micro inverter, 16, and here so far Mas brand, 5 years warranty, 1.1 kilowatts, 19,500, 1.6 kilowatts, 21,500, 2.2 kilowatts, 23,500, 3 kilowatts, 25, and so on and so forth. So you can use this for your estimating purposes or budgeting purposes. Okay, here we have off-grid inverters. So you could see there's the prices here. Oh, by the way, this type, of course, what is very nice with this is that this 5 kilowatt, the one on the last here, has a this an off-grid, but has the capacity to be parallel or interconnected with another of this type, no? So if you have this 5 kilowatts plus another 5 kilowatts, you can connect them in parallel. Remember, it's that only the grid tie inverter can be easily connected in parallel. Now in the off-grid, so far this is the easiest that can be connected in parallel. Okay, inverters also from 1 kilowatt to 8 kilowatts. You will notice that the voltage ratings are getting higher and higher, up to, for this 8 kilowatts, 96 volts, no, DC. That is DC, by the way, no. And the price is on the right side, and this one is a charge controller. Okay, and batteries, only use this for budgeting for the battery, because there are now cheaper batteries available, no. This for only, no. We were not able to get a price from Motolite and some other battery suppliers, because they continue to change their prices. Okay, this is just for budgetary purposes. Then integrated street lights, like for example a 40 watts integrated street lamp would cost 14,300. Okay, in here 30 watts would cost 10,900. So okay, oh, by the way, this integrated street lights has a stored energy of up to if there would be no if there would be 3 successive intense sunlight, 3 successive days of no intense sunlight, meaning 3 successive rainy days without the battery will still have energy to supply for those 3 days. Okay, so but of course even if if raining, there's still a light coming from the sun, might be not so intense, but still your solar panel on the top of your electric or your integrated street lamp can still harvest a little energy to store it in your. Okay, solar design calculations I have included here. You can just refer to this. I will just run through it. This is just a part of the Philippine Electrical Code, where you would see lower portion the ampacity of wires from 2.0, 3.5 mm, 5.5 mm, 8.0, 14. So the numbers here in the first column is the size of the wires, and this, the numbers here and this circled or with an ellipse are the ampere rating of those corresponding wires, no? So 2.0 wire will have a 25 amp, 3.5 wire will be 30, 5.5 will be 40, and so on and so forth. Okay, so if you are not electrical practitioner, I would suggest you consult with an electrical practitioner to help you, guide you on this technique. Okay, here I included some samples of computing for the installation of the panels. No, you can follow this guide. Okay, as you go through this PowerPoint or PDF of this PowerPoint. Okay, and also on this included also. Okay, and you can message me. If you want me to explain a little bit more of this. Okay, storage batteries are rated. Okay, so that's the explanation. A 200 ampere hour battery. If you have a 1 ampere load, it 100 hours for 200 ampere. Okay, so that's the explanation of the ampere hours. And these are storage for the night, storage for cloudy weather, portable power, surge power, and so on and so forth. Okay, and again, how to size up batteries I have included here. So this 4.5 was taken from item 8 of the matrix which I use for shortcut estimating. So we follow this. 4,500 divided by 10 pesos per kilowatt hour divided by 30 days divided by 24 hours, you get 625 watts average load. And then by using it here in the computation, you'll be able to get how many batteries you'll be needing for your installation. Like in this example, you need 6 units of 200 ampere hours. And of course here you need how many so here by following this computation, you will need 8 units or 300 watts solar panels. Okay, so here is how to use compute for your charge controller. Okay, and tips.
Installation tips. 1. Adequately secure mounting. Take note that when the solar power systems are to be installed in areas within the initial path of super typhoons, like in the provinces of Samar, Biliran, Batens, Cagayan, Isabela, Aurora, Quezon, Catanduanes, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Albay Sorsogon, Surigao del Norte, Surigao del Sur, and Davao Oriental. Structural support and mountings must be duly certified to be adequate to withstand winds up to 350 kilometers per hour, as in Super Typhoon Yolanda in 2013.
Very strong. Do not use light installations here. No, do not mount your panels on nipahat. Do not mount it on bamboo roofing. No, you must mount them on preferably steel trusses with GI ropes. No, must be steel trusses to make sure that the installation is very strong.
Other tips for more efficient solar installation. 1. Use MPPTs instead of PWMs for charge controllers. MPPTs have double output as compared to PWMs. 2. Use inverters or MPPTs with higher input voltage range, such as those up to 580 volts DC maximum range, instead of those with 120 volts maximum range. A higher voltage range in the string has a lower current, hence lower line losses. 3. Use higher DC voltage setup for battery storage system, such as a 48-volt system instead of 12 volts DC. 4. Use an on-grid or grid-tie GT or a hybrid off-grid HOG system instead of a totally off-grid system. In a grid-tie system, any excess energy not used by the host flows to the DU or grid, so it can be used by others. In the HOG system, the cheaper energy in the wee hours may be used to charge depleted batteries. While in an off-grid system, when the batteries are full, the excess energy is wasted.
Okay, and you have to install your panel in an angle facing the south. This angle. So in the north, in the northern provinces, in the Ilocos and Cagayan, here, the angle maximum should be about 13 degrees. Okay, facing south. So this side is south and this is the north. Never should you mount it facing the north. Okay, and here is you are in Metro Manila and nearby provinces like Bulacan, Bataan, Aurora, Rizal, Laguna, Batangas, and so on. So 10 to 12 degrees roughly facing south again. And if you are in Visayas, Central Visayas, like Guimaras, and Northern Mindanao like Agosan, etc., 7 to 10 degrees maximum, no? If you are in southern parts of Mindanao, and including Tawi-Tawi and Sulu in Basilan, about 5 to 7 degrees, so facing south. Okay. The reason why you have to mount it facing south is here is a drawing of the earth showing that's directly above us. No, so if you mount your panel and the slope facing the north side, then it will facing the sun. Okay. If you are in Australia, you have to mount it on the side facing north, like in this drawing here. No? Okay. So that's the reason why. Of course, if you are in Singapore, you can, because Singapore is just directly above Singapore and Kuala Lumpur, you have to tilt here maybe 1 to 2 degrees facing south in Singapore or Kuala Lumpur. Okay? If you are in America, you have to slant it so big. Usually the multiplier of the latitude there, if your latitude or 40 degrees times 0.8, so something like 32 to 35 degrees slant if your angle there is about 40 degrees. Okay, so that's how we mount it, so that you will be able to harvest the maximum and the sun. Okay, as the explanation earlier, Metro Manila is about 14 degrees from the equator. Pampanga and Zambales is about 15 degrees, and Cebu is about 10 degrees, and Tawi-Tawi is about 5 degrees. Batata is about I think something like 21 degrees. Okay, so multiply it by 0.87 wherever you are, then that should be the mounting for optimum harvest of energy from the sun. Okay, these are just sample of structural mounting. In this slide, these are aluminum bars or railings that are being used, no? Typical mountain hardware. Of course, you can also use galvanized angle bars like the one I did here in a project in Parañaque before, which I use thin galvanized iron sheets. No? The angle bars that are thin but they are galvanized, no? Are used like this way as compared to this kind of mounting. No? Of course, this one is a more professional. This one is also possible, no? Because the roof is already at a correct angle, and using bars makes is also very strong because it still has a very high tensile and compressive strength, much higher than that of aluminum bars. Okay, and you can also use this. If the roof is make use of a tegola tile roof, so you can also use this mounting. Okay, and you need to mark your place with this for the public that you have energy coming from the sun. No, the house is alternatively supplied with renewable, and you have to mention where the circuit breaker or disconnect is located. Okay, and if your house or office is high, you must install a lightning protection to make sure that your investment, the solar panels, are protected against lightning. And of course, your house is protected against lightning. So here are slides of showing you some previous installations. Okay, this one also is a of grid inverter. And here are batteries, and here are circuit breakers. DC circuit breaker, AC circuit breaker, and the AC circuit breaker, there are two of them, one that coming from the utility and the other supply your load. Okay, so again, more samples. Here I just shown this picture uh, just to show you that there is a wrong installation here. The panels are very close to the dormer, and this is about 4:30 in the afternoon, and there is already a shade, no? So a shade on the rooftop, and therefore this shade will reduce the output coming from solar. Okay, the correct mounting should be closer to the edge here, so that 8:30 in the afternoon, minimal shade would cast on your solar panel. Okay, so water dripping underneath, no? The water will just flow down here. Of course, in this installation we provided a gutter to collect the rain. Okay, yeah. This one also, and here is a closer picture of that of the two panels being mounted close together, and dark gray thing is the silicone sealant. Of course, there is dirt on top of the panel. You have to clean the panels every now and then, and also install it in our service vehicle so that we can harvest energy from the sun, charge the gel type battery, and also provide standby power. This FXU vehicle has a 4 kilowatts inverter, also has a gel type storage battery, and the output is any excess is being so to the automotive battery of the vehicle, which is at the front of the vehicle. Okay, it's another one sample of a 4 kilowatt installed before, and our sample of storage batteries installed. Okay, and here is a grid tie system shown, panel connected in series, 4 panels connected in series, and the home goes to the panel and to produce the energy from the sun. Here's a nameplate of a solar of an inverter, 5,000 watts inverter, as you would see, rated inverter mode, the charger mode, and the solar charger mode. So this is 5 kilowatts. Okay, so you can refer to this for your specifications. Okay, here is a way for a hybrid of grid system can work, and this one also how they work. Okay, meaning to say there is this SBU, how solar, B meaning battery, and U meaning utility, meaning to say this is the sequence of priority of operation of the inverter. Okay, is a standard function display. Another setting, SOL meaning solar is the priority, then battery, and here's another diagram showing the flow of energy. And here is another setting where you will notice here it is UTI. It's not intrauterine, but this is utility, meaning utility. The setting of the inverter is primary a utility supply. Okay, and sample schematic drawings. So included some sample drawings which you could probably refer. For those who are non-technical, you have to again seek the of a registered electrical practitioner, a master electrician or an electrical engineer to assist you in the preparation of this. But it should not limit you from studying mathematics. Okay, okay. And here is another slide showing another schematic, and there is another schematic. Of course, you can learn this if you are non-electrical or non-technical. We can teach you or help you understand this. And so this one also, and this one also, okay, and this one also. Okay? Maintenance. Uh, we have to clean regularly the panels. Like I mentioned earlier, we have to clean the top of the panels. Like these ones, there are dirt sometimes, like bird dirt. Oh, you would see is the dirt of the bird, so you have to clean them with soap and water. Okay, you can also spray water to it. But you know, during rainy days, rainy periods, when rain drops, then of course this dirt will just be cleaned away. No, especially when the rain happens at night time. In the next morning, that it will be already cleaned. Okay. Controllers, you should not allow them to get wet. No, as you could see, this installation, they are inside a roofing. No, so otherwise they will be destroyed or they will be damaged. Okay. So batteries, of course, no problem. I suggest you use these maintenance-free batteries. No need for them to add water. Just like in your car, the one in your cars, it's very difficult to use that kind because if you miss adding the electrolyte or the distilled water, your batteries will be damaged. But this kind of maintenance-free batteries are very good. Then they could even last up to 15 years. Okay, and if it is gel type, I mean the lithium ion could even last 4 times or maybe up to 60 years, 50 to 60 years. Okay. Inverters, of course, must be installed indoors. Again, they like this one, it is installed under the roofing. Okay, then we have here. I have a friend who looking for partners to put up a local assembly plant for solar panels. No, here is a diagram or flow diagram of the manufacturing plant. Uses silicon wafer, then until the end, it is here on the upper portion on the left side will be the finished product. It's about an area of about square meters covered warehouse type.
Some very important business reminders. 1. Money begets money. 2. Two important rules in business. Rule number 1. The customer is always right. Rule number 2. If the customer is wrong, go back to rule number 1. 3. Always strive to do positive things to attract positive karma. 4. To ensure the continuity of operations of your company, a greater variety of products or services should be developed. 5. Invest in research and development. New, innovative products sell. 6. 2 stories to begin with. 1. Nokia refused Android, and 2. Yahoo refused Google. Lessons. 6.1 Take risks. 6.2 Embrace changes. 6.3 If you refuse to change with the times, you might perish. 7. 2 more stories. 7.1 Facebook takes over WhatsApp and Instagram, and 7.2 Grab takes over Uber. 8. Lessons. 8.1 Become so powerful that your competitors become your allies. 8.2 Reach the top position and then eliminate the competition. 8.3 Keep on innovating.
Some wine, of course, and some token for this guest of yours so that they will also continue to help you market your solar products. Okay, so assuming you were already able to supply your first sales, no, so you have to thank God, no, depending on your own beliefs, offer your first or you have already your first sales, no, I suggest you hold a Thanksgiving event. Better still is to have your office blessed by a priest. It's always a goodwill act to hold this Thanksgiving event because you can invite your friends, colleagues, relatives, and your possible clients to partake in your initial success. Okay, you prepare good food.